Okay, I'm gonna attempt to call again the school that has a job that's a pretty good fit for me. It's been there for a freaking long time, and that I have followed up with no responses. Okay, so it's the same old British Columbia, so insisting on its own devolution as a culture that it violates my human rights, especially the one where it's very important to me to be of service, to exercise my civic duty, to be of service based on my specialties in these cultures I care about.
Good morning, School District 87. Caitlin speaking.
Oh, hi, Caitlin, you said?
Yep.
Is this the number for Brian? I was calling to inquire about a position that I applied for more than a week ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the number to call Brian at. He's just out at an appointment right now. Can I get your name and number?
Yeah, so my first name is Martin, and
Martin, yep.
yeah, and I sent an email, and I did call this number on Friday. The position, is it still available? Is that why maybe it hasn't been taken down? Or it's called a school community counselor in Dease Lake.
Oh, I am not the one. My role has nothing to do with the hiring process, so I can't confirm.
Well, do you know? Because on your website, that's kind of the only employment that shows. Do you know if that's one that is, they haven't hired anybody for that yet?
I'm not sure. I'm the accounting clerk, so
Okay.
I don't.
Um,
Yeah.
I'll give a number that you,
What was your last name, Martin?
Parizeau. So it's Paris, as in Sam, Eau.
Yep.
And my email, yeah, Seau.
Sorry, sometimes my phone is a little hard to hear. Okay, and what was... Alrighty. Yeah, sorry I couldn't be of much more help, but I don't,
I also emailed Brian and just kind of saying I'd like to do a follow up with this because this is a good fit for me, and it's either I get a job like this or I kind of maybe go to another country to do a PhD because I'd like to be of service in British Columbia soon. I was supposed to be in Uganda, and when I returned to visit relatives in Quebec right before COVID, things changed. So I've been here in Canada. I stayed in Quebec for a bit, then I returned to BC. But I seem to have maybe too many post-secondary diplomas, and I kind of try to wonder why I'm not getting work in Canada anymore since I left. So this is a good fit for me, this job, and I emailed him that I'd like maybe an informational interview because for me, I live in a motorhome right now, and I could, with my winter tires, drive up there and even introduce myself in person.
yeah, it's, I will pass along your inquiries to him, and I do have your number. I know he's really busy today, so it could be that yeah. But I do have your information. I will leave a message for him.
But you can also give my information to an HR person because if the kids in school are in need of this right now, whoever would act sooner on this to help me make a decision about employment as well.
Okay, yeah, well, I've got your name and I've got your information and what it's regarding, so I'll pass that along, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yeah, I didn't record the conversation with the other guy who on Friday, and he says, well, I haven't been with them for long, but it seems very dysfunctional up there, and it could be there's a lot of micromanaging happening from this Brian guy. So maybe I'll do some research on that. Maybe we have something in common that I can use as a icebreaker so that he can give an Homo sapien a chance instead of assuming that if I'm not a clone of him, I would do a bad job in this, for the kids or whatever. So, it seems very weird. And again, it could be I'm on a blacklist, really, because I've criticized many school districts. Make a Future as a website. I've criticized the BC Ministry of Education, the ministry recently again, that, and I'm not even finished posting on that, that gives the criminal records reviews. So for me, it's like, this guy. And yet they don't get that they're part of the problem, that they don't see that they need a guy with my skill sets for what they're coping with. But they see me as different than the norm, and therefore they assume they're not the villains of history, the norm, that it's the guy that has the skill sets, but that makes them feel so alienated because he's so different. Yeah, I'm different, meaning I can help you, because you have to realize that every culture of the world, including in education and pretty much consistently, systemically in BC, has been part of the problem. You need somebody like me.